Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Lead Today community. One of the platforms that we broadcast this on is our Facebook group. So please continue to tell other people about it. And then what we do is we do a little bit of editing on this broadcast, and we send it out to our community by email. And you might remember, if you've been with us for a while, we last interviewed Jason Mola from Honduras, and Lead Today is working with Jason Mola in Honduras as he's working on a school system down there in that developing country. Today, we have a special surprise for you, special guest, and a great idea that is already happening. So I have a pretty new friend of mine by the name of Mike Hoover. Mike, why don't you say hello and introduce yourself, and then we'll let everybody know why we're talking and what we're talking about.
That was good. Thanks, Jim. Yes, my name is Mike Hoover, and I live in San Antonio, and I'm married to my beautiful wife. Her name is Trish, and I've got 5 great kiddos.
5. Wow.
5.
Now, see, that's new information for me. I did not realize that you had 5. That means that you can have a bushel full or more of grandkids coming. So that'll keep
I already
you
have
young.
Yeah, I already have several of them.
That's great. And you are a commercial real estate broker, is that right?
Correct. Yes, I've been in the commercial real estate business for about 35 years.
Yeah.
And so yeah, all commercial basically.
And you're actually helping me in a project here in San Antonio for North Rock Church too. So that's right. Great. That's fun. We're gonna show all of you folks a website here real quick, and you're going to see on this website this billboard that says "Thank God." Now, I began seeing these billboards around San Antonio before I even knew who Mike Hoover was. And Mike Hoover is the person behind these billboards that I've been seeing here in San Antonio. And during one of our sessions, Mike and I spent time together. And during one of our sessions, he mentioned, thank God, he mentioned the billboards. And as I recall, you kind of said it this way: have you seen those billboards around town? Thank God. I said, well, yeah, I have. And he said, well, that's us. That's something that we do. And when I think about this billboard around San Antonio, and actually it's more than San Antonio, but we'll get to that in a little bit. This is a thought that occurred to me is that the reason why these billboards are so important is because faith to human beings is just like air is needed for all living things. And so what these billboards do is they kind of quicken your consciousness, and they make you think about God. They, just by looking at it, you think about God. So whether you're down in the dumps or whether you're losing your faith, it's an encouraging word that gets you to lift your head up. So Mike, I want to ask you a few questions. The first one I want to ask about this Thank God ministry is, how did this even come about? I mean, how did it happen? What gave you the idea?
So I think I was 21 years old, and I actually watched that movie with George Burns. It was 2 movies, Thank God, or Oh God Book 1 and Oh God Book 2. And
yeah,
the Oh God Book 2 movie, that's where that phrase was coined. And that phrase stuck with me all these years. And back in 2012, I saw the movie again, and it just inspired me to do something. And so myself and a friend of mine, Julissa Carrillo, and I started this Thank God campaign, and we've got signs up all over the place.
That is exciting. You told me a story, as I recall, about somebody that was really in a bad place, and they saw the billboard and something happened. Remind me about that.
Yeah, so it was 2012. In fact, it was December 12th, 2012. We had an email um, to info at Thank God, and it said, uh, uh, my son was driving at a high rate of speed down a highway, being chased by the police, and the police were going to arrest him and put him in jail. And so he had a choice: either he was going to let them arrest him, or he could commit suicide. And so he saw this big, ginormous black pole in the ground and started driving toward it. And when he looked up, he saw the words "Thank God." When he saw those words, he stopped, and the police arrested him and put him in jail. And his mother went on to say, my son, because he saw those words, he stopped, and it kept him alive. Those words kept him alive. So those are just one of the stories that we hear from time to time.
Yeah, that is such a great story, and I'm sure because of that, he sought some assistance and some help along the way. And and I'm a strategic thinker, and for me, what makes this ministry so exciting is that you're not trying to answer all the questions. You're not trying to hammer out every possible objection and all of those different kinds of things. All you're trying to do is get things started and trusting God and believing humanity to help people. And I just think that's brilliant. I got another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So give us an update as to where this ministry is. What is going on? Where are these billboards at? And we're going to be kind of scrolling, Mike, through some slides. I guess we see some answers right here, but we're going to be also scrolling through some slides showing actual pictures of it. But give us a little update as to where we're at.
So we have 7 billboards in San Antonio. Some are the big the large billboards that you see up there right now, and some are smaller billboards, and they're in neighborhoods all around San Antonio. And the freeway billboards they're scattered all over. Then we have 2 big freeway billboards in Harlingen, Texas, and we have our newest addition. There's 2 junior boards in Lower New York. It was interesting in New York. They asked us to actually, in order to put the boards up in New York, they had to have our name on there. So we had to have sponsored by www.thankgod.us. That's the only state that's ever required us to do that. But the most exciting ones that I think we have right now are the ones in Alabama. The ones in Alabama are in my heart big for me, because I grew up in Alabama in the 60s and in rural Alabama. And I saw the poverty, and I saw the challenges. And I went back there about 3 years ago to the hometown I grew up in. And it was just, the change was just unbelievable. It was the unemployment there in some parts of Alabama is really bad.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we've got 4 junior boards in Birmingham and 6 junior boards in Montgomery, Alabama. And these boards, when you see them, they're small, but they're in really, really poor neighborhoods next to Baptist churches and other churches. And the people we contacted to do these boards knew the neighborhoods and knew where these boards should go. So it's interesting to see how this message is spread over the country.
That is it. That is exciting. And you've also shared with me, here's some examples right here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't miss those, those are just great, fantastic. So you're not satisfied. I mean, even though you've already gotten a lot done, you're not satisfied with this. You have also told me about some of the dreaming that you have about this vision, going further around. Tell us about that. What's your vision for the growth of Thank God billboards?
Well, you know what? It's a good question. In the movie, when this phrase, this little girl came up with this phrase, "Thank God," it went all over the place. It went to every country in the world. They were showing pictures of "Thank God" signs or writings or whatever on just everywhere. And so the vision is just that. And I mean, wouldn't it be kind of cool to have a Thank God billboard in downtown Israel or Jerusalem or New York or LA or just any place you can imagine to have a sign? These billboards can go up, and they do work, because when you see the words "Thank God," that you're actually saying the word God somewhere in your mind.
Well, Mike, first of all, I don't know if this is, oh yeah, here's another slide. First thing I want to do is I want to thank you for your leadership. Obviously, this is something that came up, from your heart and has been realized in this way. I think you're also an example to other business leaders, and as you know, Lead Today, our congregation, if you will, our ministry, the people that we are trying to serve are leaders. And many times leaders ask me this question, I know that I can give back, but I haven't found anything yet that really gets me excited about something that I would want to do that is unique, that I could, see something material come from it. So first of all, you're an example that, if you think outside the box, there's all kinds of things that we can do as leaders in our community to represent, in this case, the cause of faith. But even if someone were feeding the poor, that builds faith, and everything, in between. And I hope that what we do at Lead Today builds faith, and leaders are conscious about the fact that they shape cultures just by how they do business. So I want to thank you for that. And I also want to thank you for being a part of the Lead Today community. You are a member, a donor member, as a matter of fact, and we're grateful to you. Lauren, take us back to the website, because what I'd like to do is I'd like to invite folks, if they want to learn more about this. It looks like there's a contact button there on the website. You can click on that. If you wanted to contact, Mike directly, yep, there's a landing page there where you can do that. But you can also support. And if you can click on the support tab up there, Lauren, that would be great. And you click on that and probably scroll down some. Looks like, okay, right here, I'm not sure I'm seeing a portal where people can give. Is that set up yet, Mike?
Let me see. We just redid this site this past weekend.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a part of it, but if anyone would like to be a part of this campaign, if you have a city in mind, let me know, and we'll get pricing. The pricing is anywhere from $300 to $2,000 for about a 3-month run on the sign. Great. So anyway, it does make a big impact. So if anybody's interested, just email me.
Yeah, so you can contact Mike through the website, and also I'll let everyone else know that they can contact Lead Today directly, and we will also help you make that connection. And I'm sure we'll get a donate portal set up here in the near future, so that you can just go right to that. Well, I think we're probably pretty close to our time limit here. So again, I want to introduce the Lead Today community to one of your fellow members. Thank you, Mike, for joining us today, and thank you, Lauren, for setting this up. And I hope some good things come from it. God bless you all.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right.